Welcome back to Full Circle Florida. Florida is one hurricane away from a potential catastrophe. One day, artificial intelligence may be the key to faster relief efforts, saving lives and predicting where the next storm may go. ABC Action News reporter Michael Paluska is going full circle on an emerging field, disaster AI.
The field of study for hurricanes and disaster artificial intelligence is emerging right now. There are a number of uses that scientists tell me we could use here in Florida to save lives and get people relief as fast as we can.
Well, there's three focuses. One is on the recovery aspect. The second is the prediction.
The storm is likely going to track to the east of 75.
Neil Sahota is a United Nations artificial intelligence advisor, helping guide global standards on how to use AI for natural disasters.
But actually other types of natural disasters like wildfires. So like you actually have 12 different AI robots that now help fight wildfires. You know, there's been a lot of work with hurricanes, tornadoes, mudslides, avalanches, all that, trying to predict when these things might happen.
Is there really anywhere AI can't do something to help with disaster relief?
You can't stop hurricanes.
Englewood up towards Venice right now, where Michael Paluska is. This is as bad as it's going to get in this storm.
You know, we had pretty good straight line winds from the northeast. Give me 1 sec. As Hurricane Ian shifted its course, we'll pop in real quick. Many people in Southwest Florida were caught off guard, leading to more than 100 lives lost, and Sahota believes that AI could change that.
We don't fully understand the behavior of a hurricane. Sometimes we're still surprised by the route it takes. We're starting to realize that there are other factors in play, you know, ambient air temperature and pressure and ocean currents as well as temperature. So we're trying to put the last piece of the jigsaw puzzle together based off all that data.
AI relies on historical data. If you don't have detailed records of what you have done in response to a disaster and then have track of what's worked, what hasn't worked, AI isn't going to really do much for you.
Raed Ghani is a professor of machine learning and public policy at Carnegie Mellon. He says the AI is only as good as the information that humans feed it.
So that's been kind of one of the challenges that people have faced, is you can sort of, there's a lot of data on kind of predicting things because things happen, but there's not enough data on how you responded and what worked and what didn't work.
Every storm is an opportunity to collect data, but state and local leaders have to get on board. Right now, I've learned that the Florida Division of Emergency Management does not use disaster AI, nor do any of our largest emergency management agencies across Tampa Bay.
We can at least pull all the people together, pull the resources from all the areas that are impacted. We could probably move mountains. We really could. It's just the reach out, that whole kind of building that kind of ecosystem is not in people's mentality.
Could it save lives if we do it sooner? More lives?
100%. We could save lives.
In Tampa with photojournalist Reed Moeller, Michael Paluska, ABC Action News.
And joining us right now is the former mayor of St. Petersburg, Rick Kreisman. Okay, a lot did happen on a holiday week this week. Your thoughts on the Supreme Court's decision about race-based admissions? Where do you see that going?
Well, you know, I think first off, there's a lot of misunderstanding about what affirmative action was as far as college admissions went. And really it was another box. It was a factor to be considered. It wasn't the only factor. So it wasn't, well, if you're an African-American applicant, you're automatically in. And so, you know, when the Supreme Court talks about color blindness and we don't want to consider everything, we want to look at the merits or the merits of a person should be what makes the decision. Then that means that really if you're filling an application out, the only thing you should be putting down is your grade point average, your SAT or your ACT score, and if you're doing any community service, everything else. If you're a veteran, if you're an athlete, your gender, your religion, none of that should technically be on the application.
Well, and then there's the hypocrisy that people will say, well, if your grandfather went to Harvard or Yale, or your father, the legacy applicants.
And here's the problem, though, with the merit-based, if it's solely merit-based, is the opportunities and the access isn't the same across the board for all kids. If you're an African-American kid or Native American or Hispanic, you may not have access to SAT and ACT prep courses. You may not have been able to get tutors when you were in school. And so your opportunity to academically compete isn't on the same level playing field.
I want to pivot to the presidential race right now, because Governor DeSantis continues to trail Donald Trump by 30 plus points. This week, a lot of voices emerging, some from within his own campaign, admitting that he's in quite the hole right now. And then the governor released this campaign video on Twitter that many said was homophobic in nature. It showed him laughing over headlines of his crackdown on the LGBTQ plus community, interspersed with these images of bodybuilders and Brad Pitt and the guy from American Psycho, Christian Bale. What is going on with Ron DeSantis?
You know, I think that Ron DeSantis and his whole campaign team are really learning quickly that running for office on a national stage is not the same as running for office in Florida. In some ways, he's been kind of in a bubble in the state of Florida, and certainly the last election was in his time since getting reelected. You know, truthfully, I've never seen anything like it because I spent 6 years in the legislature.
You were in the super minority.
I was in the super minority my last 2 years. Republican governor, attorney general, ag commissioner, every seat, elected statewide seat.
What was the culture like?
It was different. The legislature made it clear to the governor, at that time it was Rick Scott, and even before that was Charlie Crist that I served under, that we are a separate branch of government from you. We don't work for you. We may agree on a lot of things, but ultimately we have our voice, you have your voice. They may not always agree. The way it is right now is the legislature has really done pretty much everything he's asked them to.
What do you make of this strategy, though, of going so hard to the right of Donald Trump at extreme during the primaries? Do you think he's even going to try to pivot back to any kind of right of center situation if he were actually to win, which is, at this point, let's face it, it's not looking too good for Ron DeSantis.
I think it's really hard to come back to the center when you've gone as far to the right as he's gone. And I don't think people will believe it if he tries to do it. But quite frankly, I don't think he's going to even try. At least that's not the impression he's giving off right now. He seems really committed to going at this line. And it may play really well with his base, but he's got to get independents, not just his base.
Meanwhile, another story that didn't get a lot of coverage but was kind of groundbreaking this week as technology has become front and center with the social platforms like Threads emerging to rival Twitter. But a federal judge ordered the White House to sort of stay out of trying to mess with Twitter and Facebook and what they're allowed to say. Basically said, look, keep your hands off of social media. You can't have meetings with them telling them that you can't say this and can't say that. And the White House said they were trying to do it to combat misinformation during the pandemic. You were mayor during the pandemic. Was social media more hurtful or helpful when you were trying to keep your residents safe?
Truthfully, it was a little of both. You know, there was a lot of misinformation that was on social media during the pandemic, and it made my job and the job of every other mayor around the country more difficult. We probably used Facebook and social media more than we might have otherwise in order to try and combat the amount of misinformation that was out there. So for us, it ended up being a good tool that gave us a venue to be able to communicate and do it quickly and easily. But we probably did more of it than we would have otherwise had to.
Double-edged sword technology.
Yes.
Hang with me, Mayor Kreisman. We'll be right back. Up next here on Full Circle Florida, our final thoughts on the week that was and the week to come.